Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Today it's Sunday, so unusual day for streaming for me, but yeah, we have the Black Friday week, which has been pretty crazy in terms of streaming. We've been doing, this is actually the sixth day in a row that we're streaming, so yeah, feeling good. Overall, it's been pretty good experience. Hopefully you're liking it too. We're also live in YouTube, as you may already know, since some of you may be watching it from there. And yeah, we're gonna do today the 19th day already, getting close to the day 20 here in the Bankroll Challenge. And yeah, well, first of all, I want to go again through the Black Friday promotion that we're doing in blabthespot.com. Check it out. You have the exclamation mark Black Friday in Twitch in order to get all the info. And you also have the info in the YouTube description, since I still didn't get the commands in YouTube to work, but well, I'm hopeful about that, and I will get it sorted soon enough, I hope. And yeah, well, let's actually start already with registering some tables. Well, let me actually show you how the results yesterday they went. We're entering in a bit of a rough stretch, to be honest. But well, I mean, I also have to remind myself, because like when students come to me with these kind of samples and getting worried about it, it's like, man, like you've been playing like 8,000 hands, like the kind of balance that you experience in those stretches is insane. So yeah, in the end, like we've only played, even we've played almost 20 days, like in terms of sample, like the sample is tiny, like we've played 9,000 hands. And yeah, we're actually still up with the rake back and so on. So you know, just gotta focus on keep grinding, and these results eventually come. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do today. But yeah, that was the graph for the time being here. As you can see, you can follow me on Twitter to get the updates on the graph after every streaming. And yeah, let's actually go again, do our best, try to select good tables. Well, actually, yesterday I made some money from how do you say this, the all-in situation, like this all-in tournament that you get in GG. So we actually made a bit of money during that tournament. So we're actually up a bit from yesterday. So let me actually update the bankroll, and let me know if everything is working correctly, please, both in YouTube, both in Twitch. So yeah, let's update it, because it's actually now up to $1,232. So well, we take it. And yeah, I'm already gonna start registering these tables. As usual, gonna spend a bit of time just trying to get the right ones, because otherwise you have our dear friend Rake, who is gonna kill you if you don't do a right table selection here in GG. So yeah, let me see what we have. Yeah, I don't know many of the players. That's a bit of a problem since I don't usually play on Sundays. I don't have many guys tagged, so it's gonna be a bit of problem when trying to decide how good the tables are. Ah well, we'll do our best. I'm thinking like maybe it's a good idea to just open tables. I don't know. I'm gonna try that today. Well, definitely worked out well, at least for now. Like we open a table with 2 recreationals. So yeah, I'm actually gonna yeah, try new things. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's see. We gotta try new stuff. Like as you know, I'm not used to playing in GG, my usual grind, so I don't know that well how to manage the lobby, and there are for sure some tricks specifically to each side that you play. So yeah, I'm still learning around here. I did open up this table, see who joins. But we did open this table. Oh, player 1007. Hello. My dear brother. Okay, min race. I like that. Looks like might be a recreational. Yeah, maybe we found a glitch here with the opening tables. Let's see. Here, a fine hand to go for an ISO. I feel like. Has some playability. Also folds a lot of dominated hands. Oh, we lost our customer. Oh. We got moved to a new table. Wait. Now I'm getting way too many tables open right now. So I don't like that because I get stressed around the streaming and around the tables. So let me sort that out and close the bad tables, which I don't think this is a good one. Yep, I'm just gonna close the ones that are not looking too good. Yeah. Okay, this one around here definitely looking good. Going for the squeeze. The very, very playable hand. Okay, take it down. That's a very good table. Okay, I'm going to squeeze once again. I have this table, this guy that I'm willing to get it in against. That's fine. I have King Jack suited, pretty strong hand. Definitely not squeezing 7-8 suited, but you know, this hand, I mean, I'll even take it down. That's good. Free money for us. This other table we actually open pretty loose on the button, targeting a recreational, going for a double barrel and taking it down. Nice, nice, nice. Starting good for now. And here we are 3-betting versus a guy that, well, has played a good amount of hands for now. Could just be barring us, but definitely gonna 3-bet ace 10. And here I think it's very important to look at showdowns to see if there is anything weird that happened. But well, he folded. So I really think that being paying attention to the showdowns and the dynamic of the tables is super important if you wanna maximize your EV. Here I open the button, see donk on the flop, barrel turn. I'm really waiting to fold here for this SPR. Okay, now we gotta hold. That's too many outs, come on. We're doing it only once. Only once. Nope. Come on, hold. No, fuck. I don't know how I'm still hopeful in terms of holding after the experience we've been having in the challenge. Still, you know, the hope is the last thing you lose. So still thinking that we may actually win an all-in situation at some point. Here opening queen 8, pretty good board from my range. Just gonna try to take it down. We see check call. Turn is not good. It's gonna be holding this amount of flashes from this big blind calling, so my blockers are horrible as well. So now it gets interesting for sure. I think I'm gonna try and put pressure on a 5. I could be holding here kings, queens, jacks, 10x. and those all can go for that size. So let me try that bluff and see if it works. Is he called by a 5? Man, I really tried. Here we are facing a situation versus an unknown guy, and have two options really. I don't mind jamming it in. I think I probably like it. Can represent a 10 pretty well. Even at king, I don't think it's not gonna be that happy calling on the river. And he can be holding some low pairs that fall for sure. Some queen jack. Yeah, I think I like it. Okay, face a random guy here. Oh, he is flicks it in, not looking to call with a7 suited. Okay, 10-7, we open blind with blind, facing an unknown guy, very likely to be a recreational because of the sword stack. And he went for a 2 big blind open as well. Could be betting here. Checking back is also fine, and just barreling, these kind of turns. Yeah, my bet. I think probably both options are fine. Now definitely calling. And river, well, I mean, he does have bluffs for sure, like queen 10, jack 10 and those, but I would look to call off with a 9 or an 8, things like that, but that hand really can't do much. I mean, you could raise, but I don't think it's that much EV. I think just folding is the right play. Okay. Here I defended the big blind. Now we have 2 options really. We could definitely start leading sometimes these flops. Checking is also fine. And turn, it's similar situation. I think I prefer checking versus a recreational. Depends on how aggressive he is really. But this guy, he seems that he was liking to take stabs, so I think it's good to just allow him to take bets with his king jack, his jack, his queen, all the possible bluffs that he can have in his range. Okay, king 10, and then that's the other good thing. GG Poker, in gratitude to players for a great year, reduced leaderboard prices and removed envelope rewards. Yeah, man, like I'm really, like I never liked GG, to be honest. As I already described in some of the YouTube videos, I started playing in here in the challenge, but I've never played before. First, well, I think the structure, the Reika structure is very, well, it's too way too aggressive. if we wanna call it something. And well, yeah, let me put these two hands. Okay, so yeah, I never liked the G because of the rake structure, overall the no hat thing. For me, like I don't think there is. I mean, that's obviously a complete decision. Like just based on how I like playing. Like I think the hat does give me a good edge over the rest of the players. So I don't like it for a reason. Then also the overall attitude that they have against the professional players. I think it's way too much. Like I know you want to protect the you won't protect the recreational and so on, but I think they take it just way too far. Here I'm gonna call it off. There are too many bluffs here available. Nice, king high, pretty close. Could have lost there, but so yeah. Now I've been checking some of the recent updates that they've been doing around the high stakes games. You know, it's I'm really not a fan of how they are approaching everything. So I'm really hopeful that we can see some other sites taking that market share that GG is leaving behind. But we'll see. Yeah. For now, I mean, as I said, I'm playing in this challenge in GG because, well, mainly because it's a big site and it's a site that many players, due to regulatory reasons, need to play. So I thought that also for my students, it did make sense to have a. Oh, here we're calling it off with the nuts. And okay, just hoping to win here. So yeah, for those reasons, I was playing in GG this bankroll challenge, but can definitely consider even changing sides because yeah, don't feel that comfortable supporting a side which, as we see, is it's taking a lot of actions that I don't consider to be good. So we'll see. I do think it's still a beatable side, for sure. Like, even with the high rake, even with the no hat thing, well, you get at least some rake back if you put good volume. But for the reasons mentioned, both from a financial view but also from a ethic view, I don't think it's not my favorite side. Here we'll have a pretty shitty gotcha. I think it's gotcha to the big nuts. And the guy is pretty loose. I don't know. I may take it. Yeah, I mean, it's a guy that is playing a lot of hands, so I think we can put definitely pressure to his range. The wider he is, the more likely he is to be overfolding, essentially. So, and here, he plays pretty loose, so I think jamming should be fine. Well, this hand. It's probably good to jam, but have no idea about this short stack situation. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely beatable. Like, the rake is beatable, but it's not easy. I don't think you need to be doing good table selection. You need to be playing a lot of volume. That's something that is lacking a bit in like, well, not a bit, like it's lacking by far in this challenge, which we're only playing. I mean, this week we've been playing a lot, but other weeks we'd only be playing like a couple of days a week. Therefore, like the kind of rake back that I get is super low, and I'm playing super high rake for no rake back. So that's a bit of a struggle for sure. I don't think it's still beatable. It's just going to take long. This guy. It's really. He's been playing very aggressively. Okay. I can think about just jamming in here. You can have so many overcards and things. I'm gonna try. We still have equity even when getting called. And I think the guy has been playing just so aggressively. I think it makes sense to put pressure to his bluffs. Like, I don't want to call, because if I call, I only get bluffed on the river and I cannot call with jack high. So I think just jamming makes more sense. And here, well, I have the total nuts, man. You're 3-betting me. I don't know what you have, but I don't mind. It would be good if you have ace-9 for the DOTT, dead on the turn. Nah, same hand. Fuck. Very anticlimactic. Here I'm just jam it in, don't have much behind. King 4. Okay, fine start. Good turn. But the river. It's the river that we gotta face. Come on. One time. Yes. This time we did. Nice. Mean raise over here. Like, I don't think you're ever supposed to fold any hand. But I mean, king 3. I don't know. That seems very weak. So here I have ace-10 off, which I'm gonna 3-bet for sure versus a weak player who is playing loose. Oh man, that's very sad to see. Yeah, and about the rake structure in GG. Well, it's like I do like playing pretty loose in my usual games. Yeah, definitely have high BPAP overall. And in here, I mean, I think it does still make sense to keep a very loose style, especially aggro folder style. Like I think putting a lot of aggression against the tight and passive pool, because overall, like when you check any simulation that doesn't contain aggression, like you get to be very aggressive yourself. So I'm opening very loose, through being very loose, and so on. And the kind of rate that I'm paying was insane. Like I'm paying like 18 big blinds per 100, something like that, which is crazy. So yeah, not ideal, but I do think still that it's worth considering the leaks. And here, the Eastern 6. Okay. Here we have the other great villain of this session. I'm gonna check back and just love catch versus him. Okay, goes check. Try and induce. And now just taking it to showdown. King 10, okay. Here went for a 3-bet. Button versus big blind, get a call. Jack 6-6. On this turn, well, we get a gut shot on the turn, but it's a very weak one, I think. So I think this is just going to be a check. Check fold. Here I open on the cutoff, get a call from the big blind, also from button, and then a donk. Okay, sadly now I have to let it go. I was not doing that bad. I was not doing bad. Well, I mean, there are 2 diamonds, which are blocked, but I have the queen alive. Let's see. Oh, we hit it. We hit it. Only a flat from button with jacks. That's definitely notable. Here, queen 7-5, fine checking, fine betting. This ace, he's holding some ace 10 ace jack, but also the worst ones. And ace 10 ace jack is also likely to be betting. While ace 4, ace 6, ace 3, those are hands that are very likely to be checking. So I'm just gonna go 2 streets here. Can even get called by a queen sometimes, a curious queen. Okay, I was close, but not close enough for you, of course. Here a bit of a tough spot, but I think just folding is probably the way. That's the problem of playing versus these low stacked guys. I think a table like this is actually profitable. So I actually have just one good table left. So let me go ahead and open the lobby again. Here I don't mind racing. The problem is this guy, well, have we seen any pre-flop aggression from him once? But it was with a jam. I think I'm still gonna take the spot. That's a problem. He goes for the high aggression post flop. Probably fold in. A bit unsure though because he's been taking some aggressive action. I don't think like racing pre is good. Just getting to play a big pot in position versus this guy should be good, even if the hand doesn't have value per se. There's also some fold equity pre-flop, and I don't expect any limp races unless we find a very strong hand. So he's taking a lot of aggression, definitely. Okay, it's I wanted to play this hand for sure. Okay, here also Jack for suited. Going for a barrel. Just taking it down. Ace Queen opening. this turn. That's complete 3-4 suited, which is in his range. At the same time, I think I prefer barreling this turn, this hand that still gets many calls from ace jack, ace 10, ace 4, ace 3. Probably checking back river, unless a very big one comes like a 5 or a 2, something like that. Again, trying to open tables here. Oh, didn't see the hand. That looks like our guy just got coolered. Well, it's pretty sad. My hand is definitely doing good versus his range. Now it's true that if these guys know how to play, they should be only calling here because he's gonna be jamming very, very loose. So I'm just letting this one go. Assuming they are capable though. If they're not capable, then they should definitely. This could be definitely considered. Hoping that our guy comes in. Nope. Okay. So what should we do? Really struggling to open tables, even though it's Sunday and there should be good action. Next, it is open some Russian cash. Yeah, because I'm not finding that many tables in the in the lobby. So yeah, let's open a couple of Russian cash tables. Gonna be trying a bit of everything here in this challenge, as you can see. We've been playing some 9 max tables, some Russian cash, some 6 max, king 8 suited. Yeah, so gonna close the 6 max, which was not looking good, and let's just focus on a couple of Russian cash. I think here is a weak player. We can definitely call. Guy with a sword stack. Check calling for now. Reevaluating turn. Okay, the river. Well, I think we can go 1/3. Probably with this queen. Go big. Do we get called by 8x, 10s, 9s? I think that those hands are too likely. I think prefer going 1/3. Probably gonna have like lower pairs, like 7s, 5s, and then some ace highs maybe, or also a queen against the one we are not losing that much. Would definitely be better big with the king queen, something like that. But queen 9 is too weak, I think, and I think plays better as a small bet. Here I think 7-3 suited should be defended versus a min raise, and that flop definitely flop we can dunk. And continuing turn with a small size. Probably people will already raise way too many of the strong hands, even over pairs. So my hand should be looking fine. And then river, well, he's gonna be hitting some flashes for sure. Can also be holding some 6x, some 5x. I'm bit unsure. Okay, 9-7. Could be either check, fold. I don't think there will be enough bluffs in there. The bet small, just trying to target 6x, 5x. 6, king 6. Yeah, a bit unsure there on which plays better, but in the end we're only comparing between two options which are pretty close, like betting a small out of position or checking, which in the end a check out of position is like a bet of 0 big blinds. So if you bet 1 big blind, 2 big blinds, doesn't really change that much the AV of the action, because once you bet, he still has the option to call or raise, or once you check, he still has the option to bet or check. Sorry, yeah, bet or check, which essentially is super close. in position, that obviously changes big time because you're reopening the action. Therefore, there's a big difference between betting one big blind and checking back. Here I'm calling Jack 10. I should be kind of careful in this situation. I have the Jack 10 with the Jack of Spades, 10 of Diamonds. It's a pretty good combo, but I don't think we should be going huge because his range will contain a lot of King X, of kings, I mean. Once he doesn't call though, and we get the Jack of Spades on the river, I think people will really like flushes here, so I'm gonna go very big, and assuming his range is gonna contain a lot of Ace X and King X. On the turn I would be very careful. I only chose this combo because it's Jack of Spades, 10 of Diamonds, which is very good. With the both blockers to the flush complete in reverse. Okay, I'm opening pen versus this recreational. As some of you already know, we're doing a big promotion in blackthespot.com, which contains a huge discount in many of our courses and also some one-on-ones, league finding sessions, and that is all with limited offer and limited time. So I really urge you to check the webpage blackthespot.com. You can also put exclamation mark Black Friday in Twitch, or you can find the info in the description of the YouTube streaming. So yeah, check that out so you don't miss it. And here we're opening 10-9 suited, getting a 3-bet, pretty small 3-bet, pretty small. Definitely gonna call. Struggling to see many strong hands in the small 3-bet. Like, I think we can definitely get some reads from there, but once he goes big on that flop, like, yeah, definitely a strong move by him. Right, too much to defend those kind of hands. Woo, hello, aces. First aces of the session, isn't it? Don't think we've been getting many premiums. Let's see if we can maximize. Oof, not looking good. Edison around here. This guy. Okay. Okay. I like this. 23 E. Yeah, somewhere around that. Okay. I mean, it's never folding, right? Looks like kings, probably. Really looks like kings. It is king, okay. Yeah, for the hand, it's more likely to just jam it in. Only once. Oof. I was I was pretty scared when I saw the 3 clubs, but nope. Because we're holding also a club, so. Yep. Take it. Take it. Four, 3 suited should be defending. Yes, and I'm going to defend. Like I'm always a bit scared with the weak hands, like if rake is enough. But I think 4, 3 suited is just too strong. And here we can have some donks. Looks like a good option. Just take it down. Opening here king queen, but also playing 8-5 in the other table. I'm gonna start with a check. King queen. I like betting or checking, but versus this pool, as usual, I like taking the aggressive action more often. And oh, here we find an overbet on the flop. Interesting. Just letting it go, and here it's probably already close, if I'm being honest. Oh, I'm going to call, but I'm a bit unsure because, yeah, population will have a pretty strong check raising range, and when you put his range to be like either strong hands or high equity hands, when they are missing a hand like 5-4. Or a weak catch or things like that, like you can do very crazy falls just on the flop. That one, that's probably. I mean, it's definitely something you can consider. I don't think it's crazy, even though it may look as a crazy fold already on the flop. That's a bit the boring part of playing these low stakes. You just gotta play super tight in some situations, but you'll then also find the other situations where you get to be super aggressive. So I guess it compensates. A lot of room for exploits in one way or the other. So could consider opening that hand, as crazy as it may look, but yeah. Extremely nitty the pool here that we find in 50 now. Especially in Russian cash, I think they look even neater. I was deciding between betting or checking this hand against an unknown player out of position. Lucky poker. Okay, fine, 4-bet. Easy fold. Here we find another 3-bet by the same guy, and now we got a punish in, right? You're not gonna get away with 4-betting me all the time. Come on. Yes. No, sorry. Piggy doing his work, just taking the money and running away. Let's go. You're not gonna get away that easily. I'm usually not playing a 2x open race in my games, but I think here makes sense to shift to a smaller opening size as a general rule. Just to target the overfolding. Very interesting. I think now this is a turn I really want to barrel with. Yeah, we have a double gut shot, making fall a lot of dominated hands. Like even if Jack 10, if Jack 10 goes for a check call, making fall that hand is really good because we clean our odds on an 8. So yeah, it's a very, very good hand to be barreling with. We find a very tight player, fishy but tight. So this kind of hand that could be turned as a bluff catch versus some players versus this one, I think makes sense. His range is just too strong really to turn his queen into a bluff catch. But those kind of things we do study in the webinars. We're actually doing some series of how to play versus recursions, which I think is they are coming out very, 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 very nice. Something I've been preparing this month, but that we're actually going to continue in the next few months because I think it's a very important topic to cover, especially here in low stakes. Like most of your opponents are actually weak players, so you can really oversee a lot of the theory work and focus more on just exploitative play. Great name by by the Mexican guy. It's a a game of words around a Spanish name, Ana, and then a pretty funny surname that he got there. I'll leave that only for the Spanish speaking users. Okay, so 8-6 suited. I'm going to just flat over here. Not a good flop. Especially multi-way. He's gonna play pretty carefully. Here I went for a c-bet. Now checking this turn for sure. Just fold in river, yeah. Oops, sorry for that. Here I open from the cutoff, get a call from the small blind, and definitely like sealing that board with fives. Ace-8 opening here. Taking it down. Then 3 suited. Just too much to defend. As usual, we open very loose, but then defend pretty tight ourselves. Now ace queen, definitely good for a squeeze. We see a defend by Acher 50, and we have 2 options. I'm going for a check. I was expecting him to do some bluffing. I think betting small, it's my preferred play here. Just don't expect any fold equity here for this size, and then I can check and call, expecting him to have, you know, ace 5, ace 10, king queen, king 10, king 8, and then he will not value it correctly if he has a. Okay, he doesn't turn that into a bluff. That's interesting. I was definitely expecting the hand to be bluffed. We still extracted some value in the turn, but the idea is, you know, that he goes very wide and then takes a lot of aggression on the river with his very loose range. And then he will not, the thing is, like, he will not be able to value bet correctly, like a 6x or well 7x. I don't know what was the second pair, but they're just gonna check back those hands. Therefore, it's very very EV for us. Okay. Get a call here. Blind be blind. Gonna see bet on the flop. Turn. I think this is well. This could play as a barrel. That's for sure. Like a semi bluff barrel. I think checking is probably the more standard play. And here on the turn, I think like he should still be calling like ace jack, ace 10, ace queen. Maybe even king queen should be defended at some frequency. And I'm just going to call. A bit unsure about the sizing, but I think there are so many overcards here that I'm struggling not to. Yeah, okay. Like there was a bit of a size up there, I think. That made me a bit worried, but I think just the overall line is so overbluffed that I can't really do anything else. I would need a very very strong read there to make a fold with that hand. (10-9). Definitely think about checking here. Checking again and then bluffing river. If he does allow it. Yeah, he does. And river, two options really. I think just betting small is probably good. We can rep a lot of kings, queen x, jacks even, going for thin value. He's gonna have a lot of, well, first air, and second pocket pairs, like 10s, 8s. I don't think they have a easy call by the river. So sometimes just the small size is good enough. You don't need to go that big to get the full equity that you want. 8 deuce. Yeah, probably betting. I think I'm gonna check back because it's a very tight guy. So I don't expect that many 5x or 4x that I could put pressure against, and then I do expect a lot of ace-x or flush draws that I never put pressure to. Now this is the kind of river in which I like putting a lot of aggression because I'm gonna be having a lot of 9x that he really never ever has. The problem is like here we're talking about a weak player, and I don't feel that comfortable, making those kind of plays in which I try to make him fall an ace versus a weak player. I would for sure do that versus a regular. Here I'm just 3-betting. Okay, go for a 3-bet and then face a call by small line. I bet calling is not an option. I think I prefer just starting with a check. Can still have other cards like king queen, ace queen, king jack, and those. The problem is that, well, he's kind of tight. So I'm just gonna make the fold already in the turn. Because he can also have like over pairs for sure. I mean the equity is not gonna, it's going to have still decent equity versus my range, so. Yeah, we can just overcall. What the fuck? Okay. Well played, sir. Well played. Okay. Yeah, I went for an ISO versus UTG, who seems to be loose-ish recreational. Face 2 calls on the flop, not ideal. So starting with a check. Then also checking again on the river. Yeah. Not really hopeful. I'm not too hopeful here, but who knows? Woo! Nice. We took it down. Here table 2, I'm going for a squeeze, sorry, for a call for bet. Nice. What's up with the chat today? It's too much silence, huh? We are 40 viewers though. So welcome all. Don't forget to follow the channel and turn on the notifications as well. I will be doing also a streaming tomorrow, probably in the morning again. But I will keep you updated. And if you turn on the notifications, then you can easily get reminded, so you don't forget all the special streamings that we're doing here for the Black Friday. Ace 10, definitely opening. It's not a bad experience that we're having here in the Russian cash tables. We could actually think about shifting. The problem is like the breakback grind that I'm not able to do by playing only a couple of days per week. I'm very tight guy. Okay. Jack deuce, I'm just defending versus a very likely recreational. And now with this much equity, I do like stabbing. We can do a couple of stabs at least. But just take it down. Pretty easy sometimes. And here, a couple of options. We could just flat and keep the recreational in. Or also 3-bet. Both options are fine, to be honest. Hard to tell. Now checking back here, have some backdoor equity, but it's about. We definitely want to be a bit careful, with the kind of stabs that we take, because we want to be pretty polarized. So just betting our best draws or best hands. Double check. We could think about now taking aggression even with 0 equity, but again, we're gonna take the conservative approach. Now we can represent a king very well, I think. So I'm gonna do that. You call pre-flop from king X, then check turn, check river, and then we reach with the king X on the river and just go for value. So I think that's a pretty credible story to tell. Do you prefer Russian cast instead of rack tables? Not really. I've been going around like in my usual grind. I do not play in GG, but I do play regular tables and I do like it more, and obviously super. Wait here. It's probably fine to check. Let's first snap check back. It's probably gonna be some showdown equity, some showdown value, I think. So I'm just checking. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Good read. So what was I saying? So yes, in my usual grind, I just play regular tables, and that's where I feel the most comfortable in. It's true that in here in GG, well, yeah, the Russian cast tables are not as bad as I remember that they were in Zoom, like in Poker Stars. It was the most standard, the most known fast table format back in the day, like 5 years ago or so. And here in GG, well, the tables are actually not that bad. Like they actually look pretty decent. So if I were to start again, if I was like a low stake player, I could consider definitely playing the Russian cash tables. Here, and I already said it in other situations, what I what I would focus for sure is in not playing too many tables in Russian cast. Like I don't think it makes sense if you're a 15L player or a or 25NL player, like to be playing 4 tables at once, trying to grind the leaderboards and so on. I think it makes sense to mainly focus. Oh, hello, in increasing your skills as a poker player, rather than trying to make a lot of money, because that is not gonna be a good idea. Like the big money will come afterwards. So yeah, I think Russian cast is definitely a fine option. But if you were to ask me about where to play, I would probably not choose either Russian cast or regular tables here in GG. I would probably play other sites that probably have a better quality. But you know, as I said, it's not gonna be a big difference anyway. So, tips. If you want to click on tips, yeah, that needs to be done in the commands in Twitch, because I didn't get to work. I didn't get the commands to work here in YouTube, so you might actually not be able to check that. But as I said, I will be trying to work that out. It's 3, just checking. Facing a big bet. Okay. Could consider check folding. Could consider check folding, definitely. But he seemed to be a more looser player pre-flop. Like if I'm facing a need, I'm definitely check folding there. It's a pretty weak gut shot, not even to the nuts, because the 4 actually gives you the setup versus 8-6 and even 6-3 actually, so you have 2 setups in there. He seemed to be a bit looser, therefore I thought it was fine to still defend. If he holds more bluffs in his range, obviously my EV increases. 993. Here in the channel, as you see, I've just been trying a bit all the formats available in GG. I've also been trying the 9 max tables, which look fine. Also the 6 max regular tables, Russian cash. Yeah, they all have its advantages and cons, I think. Hard to tell for now which one would be the highest EV. Like it depends probably on a personal situation as well. So a lot of factors to consider. 9-6. I think I'm fine with the stab on the flop. Checking back turn. Here in this river, well, I'm just going to check. Maybe we win, and we do. Okay. Queen 10, opening blind, be blind. Now action. The good thing about finding a folding pool is that you get up to do a lot of bluffs, but then your value bets, well, it's gonna be hard really to extract that much. Actually give you the tips. Yeah, there you go. Me, myself, and I. we are the bot, the streamer, and the coach, everything. Okay, open king 8 here on the blind be blind. This is a recreational. This board though, I'm just trying to take it to showdown. Okay, now we can value bet. What size? Well, we're gonna split versus any king X. 6x, don't expect that many in his range. Yeah, I think like going small, just trying to get some bluffs. Okay, well, or splits. But yeah, I think I need to try and get the maximum there versus his air, which is gonna be the main part of his range. So you could either check. The problem is like I don't think that we will face that much aggression. However, when we go for, thank you for the follow. When we go for the raise, sorry, for the small bet, we may induce some action by air, you know, like maybe queen 5 was already on the check button and suddenly he sees something different happening and he may actually take a raise with that kind of hand. So I think we can induce a bit more action that way. King 8 could be bad, could be a check. Don't have any strong opinion on the flop, at least. We see this small bet. Just call in. Could definitely try to raise. Well, the thing is, if he has a strong hand like a 10, I don't think he's really gonna be inducing in a board like that after I check back. So I think I can just take my hand already and turn into a bluff versus ace-x, and also versus some random hands. Yeah, very exploitative play, but I think I like it, just knowing that his range is also gonna be very unbalanced already. So ace king, I went for a 3-bet versus UTG. Not the best board. Jack 9-3. But I think I'm still fine continuing at least flop. Okay, so I'm gonna play it for a bit more and then just call it a session. We had some good plays overall. Yeah, pretty happy about my game today. Seeing the last couple of days, it was not that good, but I mean, it's hard to say or hard really to, as usual, keep the results and your actual performance apart from each other. Like the last couple of days we were not running good. Now we ran well today, so really hard to tell exactly. But yeah, I do think still that today, even with a good run, we played pretty well. Big blind versus cutoff. Yeah. Again, fine defending higher or lower rate games. Not defending here. Ooh, jacks and jacks. Okay, see a 3-bet here. Definitely going to 4-bet. Cutoff versus button. I'm looking to get it in. Jacks once again in this table, and his king in the other table. Squeezing his king, getting it through. 3-betting the jacks, getting it through. It's been a pretty common line here in the Russian cast tables. Just raise or bet and get it through. Okay, here queen 10 suited, interesting. This Pullman guy overcalling. I think this hand is going to be way too dominated by the 3-betting range and by the calling range here, so I prefer calling pocket pairs, suited hands, rather than a hand like this. And here with 993, 933, sorry. I 3-bet versus cutoff. I'm gonna start with a range bet here. Half pot probably. Can get falls already by some ace jack, ace queen. Okay, see a raise here, and that's very likely jacks. It really sounds like jacks. He never has a bluff there, so our range is going to be quite easy to play. When they play so face up, so, and this hand obviously didn't have any decision to make. Just checking back this middling hand. After 2 checks, well, I guess still a check back and then value that river. Value it in now for sure. We see a call here by an unknown guy. I have him tagged as a possible regular. Definitely want to be kind of careful. This hand though, I think really suffers from seeing a bet. So I'm gonna be checking a lot on that situation, but I think a bit of betting makes sense. And a hand like this plays quite well, I think. Now I'm going to bet small, probably for a couple of streets. See a call by queens, okay, pretty good to see. Yeah, I think we played that hand pretty well. Like on the flop, yeah, I don't want to check because if he stabs, I'm gonna fall, and you know, like if I have king jack of clubs, definitely just check folding is the way because he has a very strong range, and you don't want to do any like much betting when we don't expect much full equity. But king jack of hearts having the 2 overcards, the backdoors, I think that's a hand that really asks for a bet because the other person is check raising, and I don't think that's gonna be good because, as we said, we already expect a very strong range, so don't expect that many bet folds in that situation. Here king 10 we open, sorry, we call the open. Just take a step. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it there and just sitting out on the next blind. Oh, we have a couple of hands to play. Here we see an open raise to 4 big blinds. This is still a recreational, so I like going for the 3-bet. The 4-bet is gonna be very nutted by him, and we're still gonna be able to get a lot of calls. Here with the king 8, goes for half pot. We can check call, check raise. Probably a pretty good hand for a check raise, I think. See a call. And now I'm just gonna barrel 1/3. Ooh. Don't expect many bluffs here, but there could still be some. And in the end, like if he has a flush, like we're always gonna get it all right. Like, there is no situation really in which we don't stack a flush. Well, I mean the flush completing river, like the 4 to the flush. I think still he prefer just keeping his some of the few bluffs that he may be holding in his range. And check jam in river. Wouldn't it be a good way to finish? Stacking off queen 5 of hearts. Thinking about it, that's good for us. Probably he's holding a flush if he thinks about it. Like, does he ever raise turn with anything worse than flush? Nope. I don't think. Okay. That was a good way to finish. Last couple of hands, and we will look at results. Okay. Well, looks like we had a pretty good session today. Pretty good. Let me bring it up. Yeah, we were able to make a couple of, not only a couple, but 4 stacks today. Yeah, essentially 4 stacks. Really good. So let me write that down. $1,436. Let's go. Okay, so well, that's very good stream that we had today. Finally, because as I said during the streaming, we had 2-3 streamings which were pretty tough. But you know, like in the end, like we're putting pretty little volume overall. Like still the amount of, even though we've played 20 days or 19 days actually, like the volume is 9k hands, 10k hands, so it's still a very low sample since most of the time I'm playing not many tables. Yes, trying to focus a bit as well on following the streaming tasks and following the chat and so on. So yeah, this is gonna be a long process for sure, but well, the important thing is that we keep consistent, grinding every week, and it will eventually come. So finally, wanted to say that you can check our Black Friday promotions in blackthespot.com. We have some very sick deals that contains a lot of the courses for a very small price. Also some one-on-one sessions for a very small price again. So I think that's a really high value promotion that we're doing right now, and there are only 20 places remaining right now. I mean, there were 20 places at the beginning, not sure how many are left. So check it out, because that's gonna be probably finishing pretty soon in terms of places, but also in terms of time, because it's until tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you again tomorrow, and have a good day. I will be also posting the graph on my Twitter account, which I will also leave in the chat if you want to follow there and get every day the updates on how the graph is looking in the Barrel Challenge. I do also post some of the hand histories when there are some fun ones. So yeah, I will see you soon. Bye.